Hi, I'm Coach Steve,
Hi, I'm Ellery Lincoln out of Lincoln High School in Portland, Oregon.
and welcome to the show. I'm gonna go off script just a little bit, but I got to talk about your mile that you ran last night. Congratulations on your
Thank you.
4:35:55. How'd that feel?
Uh, yeah, it felt good. Definitely a breakthrough for me. I think it's been a long time coming. Um, I felt good.
I think you could have gone faster, honestly, but you ran the last two laps by yourself. And do you think you could have passed the pace setter? Because it looked like you were kind of holding back.
I think we came through the first lap and I saw the clock and I was happy with it. And I definitely felt the lag on the second lap. We slowed down a little bit, but ultimately I was okay with that because when my plan was when the pacer stepped off the track, I was gonna Uh, like, mentally surge, like, kind of re-engage and get ready to just, like, squeeze it down the last 2 laps. So, I do think there's more there, but for my 2nd race of the year, I feel pretty good about, how it went and excited for maybe a little bit more being there.
I saw the temperature was 46 degrees. Did that bother you?
I mean, in Oregon right now, I'm pretty used to training in that kind of weather. I mean, granted, at practice, I would probably like be wearing more clothes, like long sleeve leggings and stuff. But you just get nice and warm on your warm up and take care of like doing your strides and stuff. And yeah, it's no problem.
Awesome. All right, we're going to go through it. I'm going to start out with your Milrose games since that was
Mhm.
2020, so we'll go backwards. Milrose games, you ran the mile, indoor mile, and explain that.
Yeah, so Milrose was my opener this year for indoors. So that was a pretty intense opener. I mean, we're running in like a really, really stacked field. Probably my, like, I've run on an indoor, I could probably count the amount of times I've run on an indoor track on two hands. Um, but so I felt a little rusty and pretty nervous. And I think I just didn't put myself in the front of the race where I think I would have given myself the best chance to run fast. And looking back at the video, I just don't think I looked quite like myself. There wasn't anything like wrong in like physically, but I just think I wasn't like quite there yet, like mentally. Um, I do think it was a great, like, adjustment to racing, and I think it was great for helping me refocus for that next training block leading up till, last night's race. So yeah, and I was really grateful to be in a spot where I ran 4:44 and I was mad about it. Like, my freshman year, that was a for when I ran 4:43, that was a huge breakthrough. So just being to open up at that time and be mad about it is, like, a cool spot to be?
Awesome. As far as 2026 goes, what's your goal for the mile? What do you want to run?
I mean, I took a full break after cross country and have kinda just been getting back into it up until this point, so I think seeing 4:35 clock, like, that kinda opens up some possibilities knowing, like, where I have to go, like, in my training, like, there's so much more room to build and, like, working my ends of, like, 800s and maybe a 3K in there. I just think there's so much room to go up from here, and I'm really excited, and I don't wanna necessarily, um put pressure on where that has to be or put a limit on where it has to be. I mean, I cracked the top 5 all-time list for junior class, but maybe potentially trying to get up there on just, like, the all high school all-time list, maybe try to make it up in that top 5 as well. But yeah, just being really present in every race and, mm, yeah, maybe trying to make a team.
So, from what I saw last night, I mean, you looked so comfortable and in control. And again, I don't know if people, they need to go watch your video. I'll post that on your interview. But to run two laps solo and still run that is pretty impressive. Way to go
Thank
on that.
you.
Well, since you brought up
Thank you.
cross, we're going to go up to 2025 cross country. You ran 10 races. You got first place, 3 seconds, and you won your state championship.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this last cross country season, I really just got into a great groove of um, like a routine, I guess. And I think that's where a lot of my success came from was just being able to stack bricks, and just consistency, like stacking B pluses over like trying to hit an A plus every time and then that turns into an F. I think just consistency was huge for me because that's something I hadn't had a lot of in the past, due to sickness, or I think I did have good consistency my freshman year, but we were kind of like holding me back in terms of what I could do. And then at the end of my freshman year, I got whooping cough, and that was a whole thing for like 3 months. And then I was left with these breathing problems that like affected my entire sophomore year. And I got sick again my sophomore year. It was just, it was a lot, a long chain of events, you could say. So I think, I was really grateful for every workout I was able to run, really grateful to toe the line and just, yeah, and even though I don't really think the season accumulated to be what I wanted it to be because I, got sick again. Um, I was sick before the state meet, for maybe 5 days, and I was able to come back from that and run well at state, but I think I got a bad, like, rebound sickness after NXR, and I had a fever for 10 days before NXN, and I didn't even know I was gonna be able to run NXN because I got the at-large bid, which was a whole thing in itself, but, yeah, so I was like, I just wanted to give myself the best chance I could, but I did not have it on the day, and my body kind of was not there. Yeah, again, just took that as, like, a refocusing point.
So is that what happened to you at Nike Cross? Because you ran an
Yeah,
season and you fell off
yeah,
toward the end.
yeah.
That explains
Yeah,
it.
I think NXR, again, I don't know why I had the kind of mental slip that I did, but again, just I didn't trust myself to put myself at the front of that race because this was the first year I really had that kind of success in cross country, so I don't think I had been at that stage before and been able to trust myself to go with a lead pack, even if that was what was gonna yield the best results. I just didn't trust myself, and I think I totally paid the price for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then getting sick, and it was like, I may have been ready to put more on the line mentally, but my body was just not there, and, yeah, it was a pretty disappointing
Yeah.
moment, but it
Bummer.
happens.
Did you check out?
No, I one thing I'm really proud of about NXN is that was a race that I mean, we are literally running in mud, but it felt like I was running in slow motion the whole time, and I can't really explain, like, how it feels like you have 1 gear and it's really slow and it hurts really bad the entire time, but I'm really proud of how I mentally tried to re-engage even though it was going really badly. I would be like, "Okay, like, that next pack in front of you, like, just try to go connect to them, just try," like, almost like I was trying to keep myself mentally in the race even when I was way out the back door.
That is so hard to do. Very hard. How did you get into running?
So, I went to a smaller private school. It's a preschool through 12th grade school, and coming out of COVID in 6th grade, they had short, like, month-long fall and spring sports seasons for us to do. And I had taken, like, gymnastics classes up until COVID, like, for most of my life. I never competed, but it was just, like, something to keep me active, and it's, like, good for, like, coordination and stuff, so my parents put me in it. But my gym shut down going into COVID, so I was pretty, like, inactive during COVID. So I was picking between doing cross country and volleyball for the fall sports season because most of my friends were gonna do volleyball, but I knew that I was gonna do the track one for the spring sport, so I was like, "Okay, I'll just do the cross country one because I wanna have the upper hand on other kids that are gonna do a different sport for the shorter season." So I did the cross country season and we were running a 3K in a mask in March in Oregon, which is like it was pretty rainy. So not the most enjoyable experience. Like my parents ran and my mom was like her and my dad never tried to push me into running. Were really adamant that, like, if I was gonna get into running, I was gonna find it on my own time. So, when this was my introduction to running and racing, my mom was like, "Oh, no, like, she's never gonna wanna do this now, like, this is gonna ruin it for her." But I stuck with it because, I mean, I found some enjoyment, doing it. I think I got, like, 2nd in my first race ever, which I mean, it was a really small stage, but I think that made me excited because 'cause I'm a pretty competitive person. So, yeah, I think that got me excited about it, and then in the track season, the first race I ever won was the 100-meter hurdles, so that was fun. But, yeah, I ran the 400, and then I was like, "Oh, I feel like I'm actually kinda good at this, like, I wanna join a club." we tried to ask a couple different local clubs if they had room because of, like, the numbers for COVID were weird, but it was, like, the 3rd club that we asked I was able to, um, like, be a part of. Yeah, I ran the 400 and 800 in 6th grade, and then I started cross country in 7th grade, and then it kind of just, I just, like, have gotten more and more into it each year, but I decided to switch to public school for high school because, I wanted to run in a larger division, and I think it made sense for, like, a number of reasons, like, outside of running too, but yeah, that's how we got here.
Awesome. So which do you prefer, track or cross country?
I think I prefer track because I just love the mile a lot. Like, that's definitely my favorite distance to run, but I do think I have grown, like, an appreciation for cross country because I think that's been a big piece in why I've been able to, kind of, like, that base it gives you is so invaluable for the mile and track too, so, and it's fun. It's fun, like, change of pace, like, you can't just run on the track year round, so, yeah, definitely growing respect for cross country too.
So how do you handle a bad race?
I think I said this a little bit earlier, but just like a refocusing point, I think going through that bad patch of sickness through my whole sophomore year. I mean, I don't have a chronic illness. It's just different illnesses that like I just get sick a lot. I think partially because I wasn't sleeping enough or and stuff like that and like not recovering enough. But going through that hard patch, I went through a lot of bad races and it was kind of one after another, and you kinda start asking yourself, like, why you keep doing it, and, because it's not like, you're not blowing it out of the park every race, like, you're not. I hadn't had a good race in a long time, uh, and I think it was kind of understanding that it's about more than just winning a single race, and it's more about just, like, the whole journey of it, like, seeing how good I can get over time and understanding that bad races are gonna be a part of it, they're gonna happen, and it's only truly a bad race if you don't learn something from it, 'cause if you run really good, but you don't take away what helped you run really good, you're not gonna be able to reuse that information in the future. In the same way, if you run not a good time and you say, "Well, I have no idea what happened there, like, I can't do anything with this information," then it's only gonna weigh you down. But if you kind of reframe the way you think about it and say, "Okay, I didn't run the time I want, but we know why it happened. We know, like, all the factors that played a part." Or just like Milrose, for example, I was like, I didn't put myself in the race, so I wasn't able to be successful because I was boxed in. Like, it's stuff like that. You just, like, apply your learning from a bad race.
Well said. Very well said. Have you ever thought of quitting?
No.
No? I like that answer. I really liked it. So what's a typical mileage week look like for you?
I have run 40 miles a week, or that has been, like, my goal to hit through cross country, and then this, like, winter training cycle has been 40 miles. I can't say I hit that number every week during cross country season, but I think through this winter, I've been pretty consistent. I was sick. I had a cold last week. I was still able to run. I didn't have a fever. I was fine. I just paused workouts last week, so I was a little bit under, but yeah, usually go around 40 miles.
And what's a typical workout look like?
Yeah, so I think a typical like week of workouts would be Monday, Thursday, Saturday with speed development on Wednesdays. So either Monday or Thursday is going to be more of a thresholdy day, and then the other one's going to be more of like a race pace or like lactic work. And then Saturday long run unless I'm racing, and then that'll be a different plan. But yeah, the long run could just be straight through if like we went really hard on Thursday, or maybe there's a little bit of a progression at the end if we went more race pacey at the front end of the week.
Do you have a favorite workout?
I love mile pace stuff. I think one of my favorite workouts I've done, or the kind of stuff I think is really fun, are like broken Ks. So it'll be like we do some threshold at the beginning of the workout, and then you can break a K up in like a lot of ways, but I really like when we do like a couple sets of like 500, 300, 200, like all at mile pace. I just think it's fun to break it up like that, and feels good to like get into a rhythm.
Kind of rest you're getting in between those?
I haven't done that specific workout in a while, and I think maybe it would be a little bit different if we did it now, I don't know if I can say for sure, but I know when I was doing that workout during my sophomore year, like, I was getting a lot of rest just because I didn't have a great base.
So what's the workout you dislike the most?
I feel like I've done a good job of sorry, this is a boring answer, but I think I've done a better job of just, like, appreciating what each workout is, like, helping me gain. Like, I could say that, like, 2K 4 by 2K at threshold is pretty boring, but I can appreciate it and how it makes me improves my aerobic ability and, like, also I feel like, it's fun when you enjoy your workout like, your training partners and, you can have a fun time. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think the harder stuff right now because I'm not super sharp, I think the harder stuff right now is, like, a little bit more lactic-y, like, maybe some fast foods. I do think that stuff becomes fun when you get better at it, but right now that is, like, the harder stuff.
Running a 4:35, I would say you're sharp. What do you think about when you step to that line? What's going through your head?
Well, last night I was just trying to tell myself that I wanted to be there. I really wanted to race and be a part of that event because the organization and like the event means a lot to me. It's like a really great space for connecting women and empowering women to all like come together and do something really hard. And I think I was really trusting my training and my consistency, and just telling myself that I was ready. And I just had a feeling it was going to go well. Just trying to be confident.
Do you have any pre-race rituals? Music.
I do like music a lot, like, getting ready, especially if I can get ready, like, with a friend. Yeah, I like to listen to music. I don't know, I try not to be super, like, tied to routine or not that I think routine's great and it's super important, but it should be something that you can always control. I'm not huge on superstitions because if something crazy happens and you can't have access to it, like, that's not good for your head. But yeah, I love listening to music, getting ready with friends. I like to put ribbons in my hair. Yeah, I like that kinda thing.
So tell me your best race memory.
My best race memory? I think there's a lot of good ones. I think my freshman year I can I say a few?
Sure. Absolutely.
My freshman year, in cross country season when my team won NXR, that was, like, a big upset, and that was, like, a super fun moment, and, like, to be able to go to NXN with my team my freshman year, that was just super fun. And then maybe winning state my freshman year in the 1500, that was super fun. And my team got 2nd, like, overall, in our divisions. That was super cool. And then yeah, I'm tr oh, winning the I know all this is, like, winning, 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 but, like, I had a really bad race at Brooks PR my freshman year because this is when I had whooping cough. I woke up at 5 AM to get my flight catch my flight down to Eugene, to run at Nike Outdoor Nationals on the 4 by mile relay with my team. I felt horrible, I took, like, a 3-hour nap before leaving for the track. I was, like, so sick, but I, like, got on the line with my team, and it wasn't the most competitive field ever, like, we all ran over 5 minutes on our legs, but it was a really good reminder of even though my body was kind of failing me in that moment, it was about way more than just, like, running fast, and, like, having that moment with my team was, like, super uplifting after, like, the kinda weekend I had.
Ever heard the phrase, you're wise beyond your years?
Yeah.
This is totally you. Your vision is really mature. Very, very
Thank you.
mature.
Thank you.
So obviously, if you have a good race memory, gotta go to the bad.
Exactly, yeah.
What is a bad race memory? Which one? Tell me something that
I gotta say probably, like, in the race, like, worst moment in the race has gotta be probably every NXN I've run. Just hasn't really come together for me yet. Yeah, just so painful. So painful, my body failing me, but, like, it's the goal I have to, like, next year, like, let's try to nail it. But yeah, that's probably the least fun I've had in a race.
so how do you handle going into that pain cave? Like, what do you tell yourself to get yourself through it?
You just gotta play mental games. Like I was saying earlier, like, I was really proud how I didn't I didn't fully give up and just jog it in to, like, have less pain, you just gotta play games and just, like, pretend you're okay, and you just gotta kind of accept that it really sucks. Try to be like, "Okay, we're gonna go after this group in front of us," even though you feel like you're moving backwards. Yeah, just playing games, like, lying to yourself a little bit.
Do you feel any pressure since you're doing so well? Expectation?
I think, especially with the amount of media coverage on high school track and field, there can be a lot of emphasis on, like, performance and, like, what they're gonna do next, what are they gonna do next, or, like, who's a new US number 1, like, there's a lot of noise. I do think I have a lot of people in my circle, especially, like, adults around me that, uh, help me keep a really great perspective about the big picture and the long term, and, like, running fast right now is nice, but we're not gonna be irresponsible in the way I'm getting there to take away from my future development. Like, we're not gonna train me like a professional to run as fast as I can right now because we know we don't wanna skip steps. Like, that's a big thing. Like Jerry Schumacher at Oregon, his big thing is, like, you don't wanna skip steps in development. Jerry and my mom have been friends for, like, a really, really long time. My mom's kind of always preached that too. I mean, she was a great runner in her own right, but I think one reason I really look up to her is because, um, she I don't wanna say she always did, like, less than the next person, but I feel like she never overdid things, and I don't know, I feel like that she had a really, like, pure, just, like, competitive spirit, and she was like I don't know, I'm not wording this very well. Yeah, I feel the expectation, but I feel like I don't take it to heart too much because I have the big picture in mind.
Well said. Best advice from a coach.
My best advice from a coach. Recently my coach said when you start seeing yourself how like he said we saying like him, my mom, my other coaches, he's like, when you start seeing yourself how we see you, you're gonna like unlock a whole new level, basically. Like so kind of like feeding off of like or like trusting the people who know my journey and like trusting that if they believe I can do something, like, I should have that exact same confidence in myself. Yeah, and just, like, believing and, like, having faith.
Well said again.
Thank you.
Have you ever been injured?
I have not had a major injury, no.
What does a recovery day look like for you?
Like a recovery run day or, like, an off day?
Like compression boots, stretching, mobility?
Yeah.
Do
We try to do some, like, walking drills, like, some mobility before we do our recovery runs. I have some Normatec boots that I'll do sometimes, like, if I feel like I have a lot of load on my legs. I'm not super, like, rigid about it, it's just kind of what I feel like doing, but a big piece of recovery for me is fueling. So, getting in, like I really energy gummies, like, before a run. 'Cause, like, making sure you don't go into this, like, deficit during exercise can help you recover better. And also having, like, a protein bar or shake after a run or workout, that's gonna be the best thing for your recovery.
I think you should say that all over again, because half the people that I know do exactly the opposite of what you just said. So,
Yeah,
so, so.
and it's so important for injury prevention.
So, speaking of that, what's a typical breakfast for you? Are you a breakfast eater?
My whole life I've not been a breakfast eater, but one thing this year I've been trying to do is be better about getting fuel in the morning because it is so important. Recently, my favorite has been like the Dave's Killer. I don't know if everywhere has. I know in Oregon we have it, but it's
Oh,
like
we
Dave's Killer bread. Yeah.
right on.
Yeah, yeah.
That's good.
But the bagels, and I'll do that with some peanut butter on it. That's been my favorite for breakfast right now.
Are
But yeah.
you are you a meal prepper? Lunch, dinner, it's all ready?
I I like the idea of it, I just haven't been able to, like, sit down and do it. Maybe that's something I try in the future. I really like the idea of it, and I've talked about doing it a lot, I just haven't, like, quite gotten there yet.
So, what do you think the most important aspect of running is?
That's a big question. I definitely think, like, bettering yourself. It makes you a better person for, like, a lot of reasons. I think it teaches you discipline. I think it teaches you how to do hard things and that you can do hard things and, like, how to challenge yourself. I think, like, when done in the right way, it can foster a really healthy kind of competition and be a really good outlet for like self-confidence. And I also think it's great for forming friendships and like long-lasting bonds and like also the relationship of like athlete to coach, like learning to trust others and like trust a plan. Like I just think running is such like a metaphor for life and you can take away so many things from it.
Well said again. What is going on, girl? So what's a typical day look off for you? Like all this hard work, running, school, what do you do just to relax and have fun?
Yeah, so I take Sundays completely off. I don't run, lift, I don't do anything on Sundays, so that's kind of like my me day. Might I might jog a mile today because I raced last night, but usually it's like
Hey,
completely off.
that's not a running a mile.
I know, yeah, that's why I say like usually it's completely off, but today I'm just like I just need a little bit of a shakeout, but I'm also, like, trying this out, like, usually it's just, like, completely off. But yeah, I think relaxing for me, I I'm a little bit of an introvert, and by that I just mean, like, I get energy from just, like, having alone time, like, being out and about is a little bit draining for me, not that I don't enjoy it, but, yeah, definitely just some time in my space or, like, meals with, like, people close to me, but yeah, just pretty calm.
What's a typical bedtime for you?
I'm a little bit of a night owl. That's kind of been my, like, kryptonite is, like, getting like, getting to bed has been, like, a big thing for me. I've been doing a better job. Recently, I've been trying to shoot for, like, let's oh my gosh, I'm sorry, my dog is barking. Like, get in bed by 10 or 10:30 has been my goal.
What time do you get up?
Usually 7:15 for school.
You got 8 hours, you're good to go. So what's your favorite training shoe?
Recently, I've been rotating I try to rotate my shoes a little bit, but recently I think I've been wearing the Vomero Plus the most, but I also love the regular Vomero. I love the structure. And for long run days or like true recovery days, I'll do the Vomero Premium, which is like the super thick one.
Yeah. What's your favorite racing shoe?
Probably the Victory for, like, 1,500 and under. But, yeah, for cross country, Dragonfly XC, and then, I think if I were to run the 2 mile, I'd probably do it in a Dragonfly, but, yeah, Victories are awesome.
So you're a part of the Nike Elite Club. Tell
Yeah.
me tell me how you got into that.
So, that's mainly put on by NSAF, who's, like, the organization that, um, puts on, like, Nike Indoor, Outdoor Nationals, NXN, along with, like, a few other meets, but, yeah, they do amazing programming, and so they got in contact with my mom, and they said, "We're interested" at at the end of my freshman year, they said, "We're interested in Ellery being a part of Nike Elites." My mom was talking to them for a while, and then I got like, an official invite, like, I think through an email or a phone call, I forget exactly, but yeah, I think that was after I ran, like, the US number 2 freshman all-time mile. I ran 4:40 at Hoka Festival of Miles my freshman year, so it was kinda following that.
So how long are you in that for?
This is my 2nd year in the program.
Then you can take it all the way to high school.
Yeah, so usually once you're, like, in the program, they're not gonna, like, kick you out. It's not really a year by year thing, it's kind of like, you're just getting added to the it's 'cause it's really, like, community based. It's like I think the biggest part of Nike Elite for me is, like, the friendships, it's kind of like a second little team, like, we have a group chat of, like, all the distance girls, and, like, after each person races, like, there's always a ton of texts in the group chat being like, "Great job, like, we're so proud of you." It really just feels like a little family and, like, such, like, great mentors and resources for, um, like, performance, but more of, like, all the little things it takes to get there.
So where do you want to take this running? What's your dream? What do you see?
I mean, I really just wanna see how good I can get, but I do one thing about running is I do really appreciate, like, the things it brings me outside of the time on the clock, like, just the amount of like, some of my best friends I've made through running. Actually, now that I think of it, probably my closest friends are the ones I've met through running. Yeah, so, like and, like, the places I've gotten to see and, like, I'm just really grateful for all the things it's brought me, so probably just more of that, more of, like, getting to see the world, getting to race on big stages, and, like, I do think it has improved, like, who I am as a person as well. Like, I've learned I can do hard things and push myself and trust myself and, have discipline. So just seeing how far I can get and, how fast I can run, but hoping for all those other things along the way too.
What's your biggest fear?
I don't know, maybe, like, I do feel this is probably not a great way to think about things, but I almost feel like there's a little bit of a slippery slope between, like, being on top of, like like, being really on top of all the things you need to take care of and falling into, like I don't wanna say, like, a fear of failure because I don't it's not a fear of, like, having a bad race or something, but kind of a fear of, like, maybe not getting my life together, but I think because I have that fear, I do a good job of, getting where I need to go, but, yeah, probably just, like, my life falling apart, I don't know.
So that's valid. So I think what you're meaning is like you don't like all the success you're having is that you don't want it to fall apart. Is that what I'm hearing?
Not even that, but more like I don't wanna end up, like, somewhere where I'm unhappy living, like, an unfulfilling life or just not in, like, a safe place, I guess, which I like, like,
That is valid. Okay, and what's your biggest accomplishment?
my biggest accomplishment I mean, like, running-wise?
Anything.
Anything. Um,
Get off running for a while. Anything.
let's get off on my biggest accomplishment non-running. That's hard. I feel like that's what I pour most of my time into. Biggest accomplishment.
Pick one of each. One running.
Well, honestly, maybe last night. I mean, 4:35 was a big breakthrough for me.
That was awesome.
I think that was yeah, number 5 on the junior, all-time list. Like, those are great names to be, surrounded by, so, yeah, I think that's probably my biggest running accomplishment so far. My biggest non-running accomplishment. This is kind of exposing me. I can't really think of
That's why I'm interviewing you.
Yeah. I think I don't know if this is, like, okay, this is kind of related to running, but it's something that it's important to me, and it's not like a time. Like we have a little banquet at the end of like our cross country season, and we don't do captains at the beginning of the year. We do captains almost as like a reward to recognize like who kind of stepped up into that leadership role, and I think it like was really close to my heart to be able to get that recognition at the end of this cross country season. I know that seems kind of small, but it meant a lot to me because it's really important to me like the team culture on my team and like supporting the other girls and I don't know. I think it felt like recognition that like meant a lot to me.
Well said. Who's your biggest supporter?
My mom.
Your mom.
Yeah.
I hear about your mom a lot. You guys seem really close.
Yeah. My parents are separated, so I live with my mom most of the time. My dad just like works a lot, but he's close by. But yeah, she's probably my biggest mentor. I mean, I have a coach who writes my workouts and like he is my coach. Like I don't want it to get twisted. Like my mom doesn't coach me, but she's always there if I like need advice and she's just like she's been through it, like she's done the whole running journey like start to finish. Like she's really wise. So and she also just, she's at all my races. She was actually doing the Runner Space broadcast last night, so she was actually commentating my race as it was happening, which was kind of funny. You can like hear her trying to remain like impartial and like talk about the rest of the race, but it was cute.
Awesome. So obviously you're going to Oregon.
Yeah.
How did that process go? How did the recruiting process work?
Yeah. So I think I committed pretty fast. I realized I was like the first overall commit of 2027. I think I did a lot of like I kind of did a good job of, like, knowing my options before recruiting day happened. I looked into, like, okay, these are the schools that kind of have a resume that, like, aligns with what I wanna do. Like, I looked into the coaches at a lot of schools, kind of had an idea of what was important to me in a school, and I went on 3 official visits, all, like, in the fall. So I did Oregon, UNC, and NC State, and I honestly really I had a great time on all my visits, yeah, like, I think because I had 2 other really great visits, and really recognized that these were great schools, it made me even more confident that it wasn't like, "I guess all the other schools suck and Oregon's just the best option, I guess." It's like, I could recognize the value in 2 other really great schools, but still be confident that Oregon's where what felt like home for me.
It's a great school. Awesome. Awesome school. They just did they win the Big Ten championship yesterday?
Yeah, men and women's side has swept the Big Ten, yeah.
See that? So what are you going to study in college? What's your goal?
I've been thinking about doing product design with a minor in sports business. I don't know if that'll change or like tweak a little bit, but that's what I'm pretty interested in right now. Kind of hoping to like get into the like sports apparel like field, whether that's like working on a team of like designers or being more part of like I don't know if that'll shift to more of like a brand spot, but like but yeah. Kind of like breaking into the sportswear space on, like, a design side.
Awesome. If I had to check your screen time, what would it say?
Pretty high. Yeah, I'm probably a little bit addicted to my phone, but I try to
How high is high?
I can check, I can tell you, let's see. I'm gonna expose myself. Okay, I'm gonna tell you a school day and then, like, a weekend day because we have, like, the Yonder pouches at school.
You guys can't take your
So
phone class?
yeah, so we can't have our phones out. Wait, is this all devices? That's really high, that can't be right. Oh, wait, that's because I was sick last week. Okay. Ooh, yeah, we're in, like how is that
Double
possible?
digits?
No, but, like, 5 above 5 hours.
That's not bad.
Yeah, well, it's not awesome, but, it's okay.
So what's your wallpaper?
My wallpaper? Oh, that's actually a good question. I'll show you. This is right inside, one of the entrances to Hayward. I just thought it was really pretty, and, I had a good time on my visits.
So if you had to tell a freshman coming into the sport, what would you tell them?
I think don't be afraid of the hard things. I think that's what I'm trying to preach to the freshmen on our team right now is, like, they'll be like, "Oh, this is hard, like, I don't wanna do it," or, like also, it's easier when you do it together. Like, I'm trying to get them, like, "Come on, we'll do the hard things together," but, like, don't be afraid of, like, things like, embrace the hard things. I think that yeah, embrace the hard thing.
Well, as the season progresses, as a coach, I see you breaking 430 easily. And I would love to interview you again, obviously, when that time comes around. So pretty much all I got. I appreciate you coming
Awesome.
on,
Yeah, thank you. You had great questions.
and I will talk to you soon.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you so much for having me.